shit out of you, didn't it?
I'm so dreamy today, dude. I'm like so lazy. I'm like, even when you like, I was like, okay, Warren's coming around this time. I chilled in my bed and I'm like, no.
Wake up, focus. Focus on the candy. So it's been one of those days, has it? You're just not quite there yet.
Yeah, I don't know. In general, dude, this whole week, I'm just like so like,
Okay.
It just feels like it's 2020 part 2 and not a new year. I don't know.
It has.
Everything's like meh, scraping along.
It's only Feb. It's a bit of a slog, I must say. Same for me. I'm finishing like days and nights, and I get home and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like full on. You know, you do what you need to do, eat, feed animals or whatever the case might be, and then by the time I'm in my space and just chilling, it's not far after that I'm like waking up at midnight, lights are still on and everything, going, what the fuck? Okay, let me just shut down the household. So,
no, it sounds familiar. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because but anyway, how's things otherwise, dude? What's crack-lacking?
Things are good. Things are busy. Things are happening at work, so it's nice to be busy again.
Okay, that's good.
And you as well. Yours is picked up too. You
Well,
have to work tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's picking up, but it's like picking up, delay. So it's like, it gets depressing some days, because I'm like, this is the days I'm supposed to be making money. Give me the damn work. You know, so I'm even like today still, like you said, I'm been scrolling and refreshing my emails with this work that's supposed to come in, and so.
Okay.
But anyway,
it'll come.
No use in dwindling on that.
Yeah, and que sera, whatever will be. I suppose when it comes, it comes.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that with women, but otherwise.
Yeah.
All these kiddie viewers of ours are going to be like, Mom, what are you going?
Speaking about women, dude, did you see that news about I think her name's Gina Carano or something?
Gina, from
freaking Mandalorian, and like now she's like being cancelled.
She is, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't really followed the whole thing. I know there was a few divisive tweets that she put up at certain points on various topics, and one was just, I can't remember exactly what the topic was, but I read the tweet and I even thought to myself initially, I was like, don't know if you want to be like taking that kind of an angle on this particular thing. And then this like whole cancel her thing sort of started. And then she had another set of tweets where she almost like redeemed herself in people's eyes, which was on a whole other side of the fence of something else. And then this counter sort of culture thing started, and it was like a hashtag save her character Cara Dune or whatever it is in the show. And then for a while it was like these two sects apparently online in Twitter land going, one's cancel Gina, the other one was like save Cara, blah blah blah. And then recently she had a whole slew of tweets again on a because I don't really care. I haven't really taken note of what it was, but yeah, even when someone mentioned to me what the topic was that she commented on this and her stance on it, I was again going like,
the thing is, dude, like, so I haven't looked properly. I like very vaguely Googled, but I don't know, man. I know if I'm going too deep in this, but like, so what if it's controversial what she said? It's like, that's what makes that nuance is what makes the world exciting and cool. Like, and I know that's gonna freak a lot of people out what I just said there, but if everyone had the same opinion and everyone obeyed the same thing, how would you identify people that you really get along well with?
I get you, but there's just, and maybe it's just the way I'm made up, and I think you, in some ways you're similar. I have strong opinions on certain things, and sometimes I go, probably best to keep that to myself, out of the public forum. Like, amongst my friend circle, I'll express those opinions, but I know if I had to take those opinions to the grand public, to the social medias, I know there's going to be one or many guys who, they're going to latch onto it, and it's going to end up in one of those Twitter battles, Facebook comment battles, and no one's going to try and see my point of view. No one's going to just acknowledge my point of view, right or wrong. Take that out of the equation. Just acknowledge that Warren has this view on a certain topic. immediately it goes straight to attack, cancel, whatever, and I just go, especially in today's.
There, I agree with you. Yeah, there I fully agree with you. It's just it frustrates me because it's, there's that old saying, "Don't belittle me, educate me."
Yeah.
So it's like if everyone could just sit down and be like, you know what, that really hurt what you said, and this is why, and generally, like if super loud car.
Nice.
But yeah, like if I'll give you an example, if someone says something and I go up to them and I'm like, man, like it hurt because of this.
Yeah.
Generally, most people will be like, shit, man, I'm sorry.
100%.
Because you catch
my intention of the comment was not to hurt, was not to damage. So let me think about it. Let me try and understand where you're coming from, and let's have an intelligent conversation.
But now I attack you with equal violence, and then it becomes a screaming match immediately.
That conversation can happen face to face, one on one. A lot of those people can't. They're too scared. They're cowards. They're whatever. Just angry in general, and you can't sit down. They won't even sit down with you. They like the safety and the security of
the power of Twitter.
Exactly. And I just look at it and I go, commonsensically, it's just me. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not famous, but there's certain things that I will openly express in this kind of a forum. I will not put it on camera and or online or whatever the case is, because I know it's just not worth. Not even worth the end result. It's just not worth the slog in between and the berating of no.
Yeah.
So I would have looked at someone like her and either she has a terrible PR agency around her, or she's just that much of a rebel. And if you are that much of a rebel, then live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah.
If she was doing a show on like HBO Max, I doubt that she would have been cancelled. They would just fucking do what you're doing. When you're working for Disney, Disney will always take that massive mega conglomerate, we're a family thing, and you'll get replaced. Whether the character stays and it's someone else, or whether that character never comes back to the show, I don't know. But when you're working for Disney...
Yeah, that's also, I suppose, a valid point, but yeah, I don't know. It just... but there's that whole funny thing about there's no such thing as bad publicity, because I don't know, now it's in news, she's teamed up with Ben Shapiro, which, and as you know, he's super conservative, show, and he has a lot of great things to say, like him or don't like him.
Yeah,
and
I like Ben. I like his train of thought on things. He's right up there with Jordan Peterson for me.
And so he's working together with her, and they're doing a film now, and she's got like open like whatever she wants to do kind of thing, and his company's helping her. So
exactly
it'd be interesting to see what happens out of that.
The door closes on the one side, and apparently now another one's open for her. So it's exactly what you say. So any publicity they can work with, and they can spin it or whatever. And look, I've generally liked her. I didn't follow her as a fighter when she was in MMA and stuff.
No, me neither. I didn't even know until recently.
Yeah, and then I saw her first film when she transitioned into it, and it was actually quite a cool one, where she was like a spy, secret agent kind of thing, hardcore. It had Ewan McGregor in it. It had the dude who plays Magneto, and I've gone blank right now.
Fassbender.
Yes, Michael Fassbender, and one other famous dude, and great cast around her and stuff, and the action scenes were all good because it gave her an opportunity to showcase what she could do. So it was a cool film. And then I didn't really see her again until she was in Deadpool. And again, she was pretty cool in Deadpool.
Yeah,
bigger than she was originally. And then I liked her character in The Mandalorian. I thought there was cool chemistry between her and Mando. A very deep character that had a lot of history behind it. So a bit sad that they're not going to be able to unpack a little bit about how she got to where she is at that stage in the show. But this is what it is. Unless they replace her, unless they find someone else to just pick up the mantle and carry on as if nothing happened. Or, I don't know. It'll be interesting because...
It's actually flipped. There's something I want to talk about, but it's more in things we watched.
Talk.
So, okay, talking about, it is a bit of a change of topic, but what's really cool is, so I watched the I'm kind of screwing myself over. I watched the first episode of WandaVision.
Haven't got there yet. How is it?
So I think it's cool, dude, but I can see why a lot of people are like, what the hell? Because it's so out there. Like, and I know it progresses, but I don't know if you've been watching the news at all.
Not really. I've seen little things that are popping up on my YouTube, and by the titles, I'm getting hints about what's happening.
Yeah,
and
so
the thing that I'm kind of getting is it's almost like I believe she's created a pocket universe for herself, and she's in there or trapped in there, and almost like what was it? The Truman Show, like her own little Truman Show, safe world, and people are trying to get
it's Sword
in there.
trying to like penetrate it because they're scared it's going to obviously get out of hand.
I was going to say Sword, yes, 100%.
And but what's cool is I haven't watched the rest of the episodes, but I've been watching like spoilers, so just spoiler in case. But this is
Spoiler alert.
Are you okay with spoilers?
Yeah, man.
Okay. But in the most recent episode, because now what's basically happening is
She's pregnant.
she
Vision's
does.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Both of them are pregnant.
but so she's got this world that she's basically created, which you don't know at first. It starts out as this cheesy 50s
like sitcom. Perfect life.
Dude, even the aspect ratio has changed to like that box thing. They go all out, and it's like those like adverts that they stop in the middle thing. They're like la 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 la, and it's like it's so in character, and that's what I appreciated about it. But then you can see there's hints that like things that don't make sense, and she's got to use her powers to like whip up this meal in 2 seconds to impress this family, to keep up the perfect family. And what happens is more and more starts going wrong, and she has to start correcting more. But what recently happened, and sorry, what's the name? This train of thought is when you said just replace the character in Mandalorian. Is I don't know if you ever remember back in the day in like Days of Our Lives or something. Sometimes they wouldn't acknowledge it, and they would just replace the character, and you would just need to go with it. Now
sometimes they'd be like, the role of so-and-so is now played by...
Yeah, that's what if they did it right. But sometimes they're just like, well, we're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
And what they did is they played on that sitcom thing. And now, I haven't watched the episode, but she opens the door because she makes multiple references to her brother. But X-Men Quicksilver comes through the door. I don't know the actor's
Evan
name.
Peters.
He's there, and he's dressed.
Not the guy who was in the actual movie Avengers. He was the dude who played Kick-Ass.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this whole... They're playing on we just recasting and deal with it kind of thing, and it's like very meta, but at the same time it's like apparently you get the feeling that something's not right, and it's like, but it is a cool, like, what's the name to the fans that followed the X-Men films, because he was an awesome Quicksilver.
Evan Peters really did. He was cool as Quicksilver, as that playful, aloof kind of guy, but I've got to say, the way they portrayed his abilities in X-Men far superseded the actual Avengers movies. I mean, those scenes where things are just, and he's manipulating bullets and pushing things and flicking guys. And,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it was amazing.
So yeah, I'm keen to actually carry on watching, because apparently it just keeps unfolding and getting more and more like warped, and it's apparently going to have super big consequences on just the whole rest of the MCU and stuff. So
it's not that dissimilar from the comic books. There was the early 2000s run. They brought a lot of the Marvel big titles to an end with they called them Disassembled, and there was a 4-part arc to each thing. And I think they did like a Spider-Man Disassembled. They did Avengers Disassembled, which was the main crux, and then they did Thor Disassembled, which was called Thor Ragnarok. Coincidentally, those comics are like hen's teeth to find, because no one was reading Thor at the time, and I've got it collected somewhere, and it's a good story. It's so well written. Nice. But in that, it's the first sort of part of the story. You get the sense that it looks fine, and then there's one or two things, like there's a scene where Wanda's sitting at the pool with her kids, and everyone's going like, kind of just going along with it, but you as the reader are going, kids? When did she have kids? And there's all these references to her and Vision, but Vision had been destroyed at that point, and you're going, but she's talking about him like he's about to come home from a day's work. You're going, huh.
Yeah, so it seems like they've pulled a lot from there, House of M, and they kind of like molded.
That story ends with her saying no more mutants, because they slowly start to pick at it, and they're trying to snap her out of it and get her to realize that It's her mutant ability out of control. And she has like a proper breakdown because she really, like, they bring everything to her that Quicksilver's, I don't know if he was dead or shunned by Magneto. Magneto and him had a major fallout. It dawns on her who her dad is, all these things, and then she just like, that's how it ends. No more mutants. As she's saying mutants, they did the panel almost like the dust from Avengers flaking away into just white. And then that's how the whole story ends. And each one of those disassembled things ends like that, with the last page is the dusty kind of particles to white blankness. Yeah. And then everything kind of got rebooted and re-kicked off from there. The House of M storyline and all of that stuff spun off out of that.
Okay.
Yes. So that was early 2000s, I think, around there when all of this sort of happened. So it seems like they took that idea and it's clever. Let's do that.
Yeah, because it also in some way helps them, you know, since Disney bought over the Fox property and stuff, their own clever way to bring in, because there's all sorts of rumors where, like, they're saying now the Fantastic Four are going to be scientists that were working in SWORD all along.
Okay.
And then they get sent to space, and then, you know, and they kind of like, they change it a bit and stuff. And
I'm happy with that, as long as I'm feeling more comfortable with the Fantastic Four movie in the hands of the Marvel people.
Yeah, no, me too.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw rumors that it's John Krasinski.
Well, dude, they fan casted the hell out of him, and it is like, it's like a sort of a Reynolds story, but not, because he's dropped sort of like hints that he's like, and I'm definitely not what's the name character like you with his humor. So everyone's kind of playing that guessing game, but they're hoping that it would be him and his wife.
Yeah, I saw that too, like a side-by-side thing, him and Emily Blunt together, which, yeah, it works. I mean, they work well on screen together.
I don't know if you know this, but have you ever... he had an interview where he actually was going to... what's the name when you try and get a job as an actor?
Casting?
Yeah, well, the casting, but the audition.
Yeah.
He was in the auditions runs for Captain America. And he actually tells a story that he walked past Chris Evans, and he looked at him in the suit, and he's like, "I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to try. What do you
like? Look at this Greek god standing next to me, son of a bitch." Yeah, but to his credit, though, he recently has got jacked himself. I mean, when in that
definitely,
Jack Ryan or something show that he plays in. I think it's Jack Ryan. It's a show on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
it's based on Tom Clancy books and a Tom Clancy character, so it's like hardcore.
Yeah, but even in A Quiet Place, I mean, he's like like substantially more hardcore. Yeah,
I enjoyed those. I haven't seen the second, but the first one was very good.
Dude, sound masterpiece. Like, just from an audio, I won't even go down that road. It's just like so difficult what they did, but anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like, dude, you know, in generally in sound, you have like a reference to work from. So I'll give you a dumb example, like the intro song is a certain loudness. You got to start from silence. It's like, when is something, it sounds very simple, but when is something too loud and when do you pull something out of a universe that someone can't hear that makes it sound fake and unnatural, but how do you do that? And, you know, they're always playing it from the deaf girl's perspective, and no, dude, it's mental what they accomplished. Like, I sit there every time I watch it, I'm like, might as well quit. Like, it's just
just that whole it's the thing that really or had me thinking when it came to that film was, sure, when it comes to like your survival in this new world where you have to be quiet and you're carrying this, for all intents and purposes, this liability in a deaf daughter, like, sure, I found myself at multiple times in the film questioning my own humanity, my own morality, going like, is it better if she's not around? Tough, very, very tough. So...
and we're having another baby now.
Yes, Jesus, that whole scene as well, just... tough.
It's flipping rough, man.
Yeah, man. Someone needs to up his pull-out game, because babies are just not conducive in that world. Yeah.
So, if you liked what Mark and I were talking about here, or just like our
content in general.
Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more videos.
And yeah, do us a favor and find us on the social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram.
See you in the next video.